Good morning, first graders. Today we are doing lesson 3.8, practice with subtraction stories. So before we get started, I want to do some quick practice using these secret code cards to show teen numbers. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you that there is a 10 inside each teen number. So we're going to look at this right here. You can see this is 10. Now I'm going to take this extra one and drag it up if it'll let me. There we go. Now what number do you see? That's right, it's 11. 11 is 10 and one extra one. Let's try another one. What number does this make? 14. 14 is 10 and 4 extra ones. Let's keep going. What's the number? Yep, 16, 10 and 6 extra ones. Okay, I'm going to keep dragging the numbers and you talk about, with your homework helper, how many 10s, how many extra ones, and what that teen number is. All right, how did you do? Good. The purpose of this exercise is just to show that teen numbers are made up of 10s and extra ones. All right, we have another quick practice activity. We want to practice counting from 100 to 120, and that seems to be where students get caught up a little bit when we are doing our counting and our writing. So I just want to show you what section that is right here. 100 to 120. It's just this section down here. Okay? Most of my first grade friends, and I'm sure you friends at home, are doing really well with counting up through 100, and then when we get to 100, sometimes it gets a little tricky because the number gets bigger, there's 3 digits, and we don't know exactly how to write it. So I want you to point to the number as we say them together out loud. Ready? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. Let's look at the way 110 is written. It is 1, 1, 0. This right here is the hundreds place. This is the tens place, and this is the ones place. We have 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, and 120. Feel free to pause and practice again if you would like. Today's main focus is practice with subtraction stories. So we're going to be relating visual representations with subtraction equations. So we could be drawing math mountains, we could be doing circle drawings, and we're definitely going to be writing some equations. So let's read our first problem together. We see 10 kangaroos. Then 4 of them jump away. How many kangaroos are left? Okay, how many kangaroos do we have at the start? We have 10. That's the total number of kangaroos. Okay, then what happens? 4 of them jump away. If they're jumping away, does that sound like adding or subtracting? I agree with you, subtracting. Equals, and we represent our unknown with a box like this. We have to figure out how many kangaroos are left. That's this part right here. So if we were going to make a math mountain, where would that total go? Remember, the total always goes at the top. And I'm sure you're getting good at this by now. And what is the partner that we do know from the problem? Right, we do know that 4 of them jump away. So we're going to write our 4. And the other partner is what we're looking for. Remember, when we are doing a subtraction problem, the total's at the beginning, and these other 2 numbers are the partners. As you can see here in the math mountain, partners are at the bottom, total is at the top. Okay, so we can show this also as an addition equation for this story. Okay, so we can have the 4 kangaroos that jump away plus the kangaroos that are left, which we don't know at this point, is equal to the total number of kangaroos we had at the beginning. So these are all the ways that you can set up this problem to figure out the answer. Remember, it doesn't really matter which way you do it as long as you can answer the question. So if you want to put up 10 fingers and put down 4, you can. If you want to grab 4 and count up to 10, you can do that as well. So that would be for these two. Or if you really want to do a circle drawing, you could do 10 circles and cross off 4. And we'll show you that in just a minute. So I'm going to do the count-on strategy. I'm going to grab 4 in my hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check your fingers. How many fingers do you have up? 6. That's right. So all of our unknown boxes are going to be 6. Remember, when you do your problems in your workbook, you only have to choose one of these methods, not all 3. And what would our label be? What are we talking about in our question? How many kangaroos are left? This would be your label. 6 kangaroos. Okay, let's move on to another one. So this story says, Frank makes 7 sandwiches. He puts 3 on Julie's plate and the rest on Dan's plate. How many are on Dan's plate? So in this situation, we have the subtraction story problem, and we're starting with this total right here of how many sandwiches he made, and we're breaking it up into the 2 partners. Okay, so let's give this a try. Frank has 7 sandwiches. Okay, now he puts 3 on Julie's plate. Let's pretend that Julie's plate is over here. Kind of makes it easier to make a math mountain for this one, because we can pretend that these are the 2 plates. The rest, which is not a number we don't know, is going to be our unknown. Okay? You could also solve this one using a subtraction equation. So starting off with Frank's 7 sandwiches, and then he puts 3 of them on Julie's plate. So you could think of that as take away equals unknown. Okay? I want you at home to use whatever strategy you would like to figure out the answer. You can count on from 3 to get up to 7. So you can think to yourself, what partners with 3 to give me 7? Or you could put up 7 fingers, take away 3. And just like we learned the other day, sometimes you can use this number and count up to this number. Okay? There are so many strategies to solve each problem. You just have to choose the one that works best for you. And what is our label? What are we talking about here? Sandwiches. So I want you to figure this one out on your own. All right, so we're going to create a subtraction problem of our own, and we have to talk about what do we need. Okay? Think about that for just a second. We're going to need a total that is going to be broken into the partners where we have to find one of those partners. Okay? I'm going to give you an example problem, and then I would encourage you to make your own at home. So first I'm going to decide what item I'm going to work with. So I'm going to be talking about dogs, and I like to take my little dog Gigi to the dog park. So I'm going to say there, oh, it's not actually typing. Oop, okay. There are 6 dogs at the dog park. Okay, that's step 1. Now, we have to decide how many are going to go home. Okay, I'm going to say 2 dogs go home. Okay, then we have to finish with our question. How many dogs are left at the park? Okay, so we start with the total. How many dogs were at the park to begin with? Yep, we had 6. Now 2 of those dogs go home, so that's the partner that we do know. And what we have to find out is how many dogs are left at the park. You could set up your math mountain to look like this, or what do you think your equation would be? Did you say 6 take away 2? If you did, you are correct. Very good. See if you can solve this problem and then create your own. Next, we have to help out Puzzle Penguin. He drew this circle drawing and he gave an answer of 8. So we have to see if he's correct or if he needs our help. Leslie sees 8 birds. 5 are red. The rest are blue. How many birds are blue? Well, Puzzle Penguin says that 8 of the birds are blue. But I don't know if that's right because in the problem it says 5 are red. So I think we got to help him out. Let's check his circle drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These must be the red birds. Okay, so the other, on this side, these would be the blue birds. So let's count them out. 1, 2, 3. So the correct answer would be 3 blue birds. All right. I want to talk you through a little bit of your workbook, and then I'm going to have you do the rest on your own. So we are going to write an equation, draw a math mountain, and label. So each problem is going to have 3 things involved, 3 points. Okay, let's do number 1 together. It says, we see 10 dogs, then 7 run away. How many are left? Okay, so we saw 10 dogs, then 7 of them run away. Does that sound like adding or subtracting? You're right, that's a takeaway because they're running away, and 7 of them ran away. So we're going to put equals unknown. You know what? I think I made a mistake because this should be written over here. Please forgive me, friends. Teachers make mistakes too. Okay, so that's going to go over here. We're also going to need the count on equation. So that would look like 7 plus the unknown equals 10. And if you're like, what? How did she get that? Okay, we're talking about, we could write a math mountain to help us out. Okay, so we're talking about 10 dogs to start with. The partner that we do know is 7. And the partner that we don't know is over here. Okay, so this is related to this. All right, so you could make a circle drawing if you wanted. You could put up 10 fingers and take down 7. Or you can grab 7 and get up to 10. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Grab 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check your fingers. Yes, it is 3. Okay, 3, 3, 3. And remember, whatever we put in the unknown box here has to go here. And what are we talking about in this problem? What's our label? Yep, you're right, it's dogs. Okay, so I would love for you to do number 2 and then just talk about number 3. So you're going to discuss how the methods that we use are alike and different. And I think that would be really interesting to hear what you have to say. I wish I could. So make sure you tell your homework helper, how does this problem, what is the same about all these methods and what is different? Okay, and then flip to the back side. Here again, we have some problems practicing these subtraction equations. So here, I just want you to choose one method, okay? Use an equation, use a math mountain, use a circle drawing, something, but you need to show your work so I know exactly how you're solving this, okay? And don't forget the label. All right, and then you can do those on your own, check for understanding. Solve the problem, write the equation. So you're going to put the equation and the answer as well as the label. Thank you very much, first graders. Good luck on your workbook page. I'll talk to you tomorrow.